This is Bob Baker from Galloway Asset Management in Phoenix, Arizona. Before we get started, it's 84 degrees here right now, and as we looked at your weather, I believe it's 18 there. So if any of you would like to come stay in Phoenix for a while, we'll trade you. And when it gets to be 115, we'll come visit you in Palatine. Anyway, we just attended the ALT conference, and we met Joe Mueller there. And Joe, I believe you went through our budgeting seminar. So what we're going to do today, this is not a seminar, this is more of an executive board presentation that we do when people are bringing us in because they want us to do our financial wellness program for their people. So with that said, we're going to go through a couple quick slides. It's going to be about 10 minutes long, and we'll go from there. Galloway Asset Management is the financial firm for the IAFF Financial Corp. We provide financial wellness programs for them, pension and benefit counseling, and investment management programs across the country. Right now, we have a Financial Wellness Academy. In the Academy, we have 8 different classes that we do. Right now, our most popular classes out of the 8 are the Financial Fitness, the Drop, and the Personal Budgeting for Success. We also run, as you can see, the Building Wealth, Building Investment Strategies, Approaching Retirement and Beyond, and a Social Security class. A lot of us across the country will get Social Security or will get a prorated Social Security. So we cover all that. And then we also have an Executive Review class. This slide here is just a slide that we stick in here. I think we all know where financial stress falls in all of us from personal knowledge. But for all the guys that you supervise and all the people that you represent from the union level, you can see here money is absolutely the biggest stressor. You can see where work falls, you can see where family responsibilities fall, and health concerns. And this is not a slide we made, this is a slide straight off the internet. You can see where we pulled it up. So nothing more than a quick view of how important our finances are in our everyday lives. What financial distress can do. A little bit on this slide. This slide was created as the first slide to our financial wellness, the very first class we did numerous years ago. And how we built this class is we built it through focus groups. We had an agency in the West come to us and say, we are a couple times above the national average in suicides, and we have to do something for our members. What can we do? So we sat down with the agency and we looked and we decided, let's try financial wellness, and we needed to know what the members actually wanted, so we created focus groups. And out of the focus groups, we learned the bullet points on this slide. Some of them are absolutely obvious. Stress-related illness. Once your finances are in distress, stress-related illness grows, obviously sick time usage grows, poor health. Divorce. We already have an above national average divorce rate in public safety, and when you throw poor finances in, it creeps up even more. Substance abuse and poor decision making. Crimes and terminations at work. Let me give you an interesting statistic here. We took a 3,500-man police department in the West, and we looked at 16 terminations. Okay, they were 16 terminations over about probably a 4-year period. And we looked at each one of them and checked to see where they were in their wealth building when they were terminated. So what we're saying is if they were terminated at 2 years, we wanted to see where they were, and we wanted to compare them to other 2-year officers. 100% of the 16 terminations were below average in their wealth building when they were terminated. So what we believe we found was poor financial decisions and poor work decisions were hooked at the hip. And then obviously foreclosures and repossessions. If your finances are in distress, we have foreclosure and repossession problems. Little to no opportunity. We actually had a really good time doing the focus groups, and there was times we had between 20 and 40 people in the room, and people would start asking us questions. And inevitably, at some point in the room, the joke would come up that so-and-so in the room was rich. Don't talk to that person, they're rich. Help the rest of us. So it brought up something we wanted the answer to. Why are some of us rich and some of us not? What's the difference? So we went out and we started meeting individually with these, quote, rich people. And what we found is there was a lot of them that people were absolutely right. They were doing very well. What was different? It was two specific things. How much interest are they paying throughout their early years of their career, and opportunity costs. As I talk to some of these people, they'd say, well, you know, I make X number of dollars outside the fire department or the police department because I own this particular business. So then I would dig into it and say, how'd you start the business? How did it all come to be? It was nothing more than an opportunity that knocked on their door at some point in their career, and they were in a financial position to take advantage of that opportunity. So really, if you're in financial distress, opportunity cannot knock on your door because you're just trying to get to the next day. So if you're, you know, a fellow firefighter that you ride with every day on the truck, you know, decides, hey, I know where there's a house we could buy and flip it and double our money after we paint it, or whatever the case may be, he's not coming to you after he's been listening to our woes each shift, you know, about how we're struggling with our finances. So opportunity cannot knock if we're not in a position to take advantage of it. And then, of course, you know, we looked at the suicides. Now, I'll tell you right now, the suicides are very difficult to look at. We found that most of them had several problems: financial issues, substance abuse issues, family issues, and it was kind of like the big three trifecta that was affecting everybody. So it was very difficult to decide what came first, but there were financial problems in most of them. What financial success can do? Obviously, very easy. It's the opposite of the other slide. Better health, less stress, reduce healthcare costs. There's healthcare companies that if you have a financial wellness program, they'll give you a discount on your healthcare. Higher productivity, increased happiness, potential for work success. Here's something else we learned. We pulled a sergeant's list from a 3,500-man police department and a captain's list on a 1,500 to 1,800-man fire department. And we looked to see where the people that came out in the top 10 were in their wealth building when they took that test. And it was amazing. 80% of them were above average in their wealth building when they took the test and successfully passed it in the top 10. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I believe they were smarter than everybody else, because I went out and talked to them and they explained to us explicitly what they believe it was. They were in the right place in their mind. If I'm sitting on a ton of credit card debt and I have creditors calling the house and the kids are answering the phone and I'm stressed because they're asking, you know, if we're going to pay our bills, someone's trying to repossess the vehicle, there is no way I'm going to be able to pass one of our tests, either police or fire, for a promotional exam. I'm not in the right mindset. So everybody we talked to believed that their finances just made them comfortable. We've all heard the term, money can't buy happiness, but debt will buy sadness. It is very difficult when your finances are in disarray. So good financial success is what we're after. And again, we talked about this, the trifecta. What hurts on the job stress? Substance abuse, personal financial concerns, relationship concerns. Now add these to the next bad day that you can't control. You get calls that stress everybody out. No one knows what the next call is going to bring, and you add that to this little mix, and it's a very difficult place to work. So financial wellness in all aspects of our life. What were the goals of the financial wellness? It was to increase financial literacy. In 2012, Forbes magazine wrote an article that said the fastest growing group of millionaires in America is cops and firemen. You can look it up online. In 1971, if you graduated from the Phoenix Police Academy and you were on a single income, they drove you down and got you food stamps. So from 1971 to 2012, we've come a long way in our finances, but we haven't really educated ourselves in between there. If you're on food stamps, you're in survival mode, and you have a little bit of protection there, because if you're on food stamps, no one wants to give us credit. But where we are today, we're in a position where we can absolutely make some very difficult or poor decisions with financing items. So we wanted to increase financial literacy, develop better financial habits, reduce financial stress, and obviously prevent harm. We created a 1-800 number for assistance, and we wanted to try to reduce department healthcare costs, which is just starting to come to fruition. So at the bottom here, we're going to give you the results of a Chandler Fire pilot program we did. We went through Chandler Fire on their training calendar. Everybody went through the training. On the critiques, 91% found the training informative, 90% said they'd recommend it to others, 32% said they wanted a follow-up appointment for multiple different reasons. Some wanted to do business on the brokerage platform, others just wanted help in their deferred comp, others had some financial problems. When we got all done, we checked with their provider, and 80% of the people that attended the class increased their deferred comp contributions. That is a huge success for us. We are trying to motivate you during these classes to make the right decision to save the amount of money to retire the way we know we can retire and the way you deserve to retire. What we do at Galloway: departmental financial wellness training programs, pension and buyback strategies, asset allocation, investment advice, deferred comp management. So if you have a provider, like I believe you guys in Palatine have ICMARC and Nationwide, so we can go into either one of those and get you allocated the way you want on the plan. And then on the flip side of that, we can take you over on the brokerage platform and put you into Schwab, and we can manage your money on the Schwab platform where it says deferred compensation management. And then we also do financial and pension counseling, and as we talked about earlier, we have the PSF Galloway Academy. Now, real quick, we're going to let you go. We wanted to give you something to look at. We're going to send you 3 videos with this just to show you. We have about 20 of these videos. Some are training videos, and some are to let people know what we do and how the financial wellness started. So we're going to send you those videos. After you guys get a chance to look at this, Joe, if you want to call me or anybody else, if you want to sit down and actually bring the training to Palatine, we can do a Zoom meeting where we can be live, and I can have the portfolio manager there, Mike Galloway, the CEO, at the meeting, and we can sit down and actually have a live meeting online with you guys. That way you can ask questions, and it's not just off of the PowerPoint. So with that, I'll say thank you very much for your time, and be safe out there, and I look forward to talking to you guys in the future.